Hello and welcome back to the channel. Dear students, in my previous video, I have explained you about the prime numbers, the chapter number 1 of applied mathematics. In today's video, we are going to again continue with the same topic but with new things. In the previous video, you have come across two words, that is encryption and de-encryption. Now, what is encryption and why is it included in applied mathematics is most important. Actually, dear students, you all know very well that those who know me personally, they also know very well this thing that I have been continuously telling you that 3 of your subjects, they are totally logical based subjects, which is your mathematics, your computers and physics. And if you develop the skill of logical thinking, then these all 3 subjects are quite simpler for you. So as you know, we cannot separate these subjects from one another because somewhere or the other these subjects are correlated to each other. As you might have observed in your first chapter here in applied mathematics, we are reading about encryption, which is actually a technology in computers with the help of which you are able to send your data in a secret manner from one end to the other. Now, here you are going to learn about the encryption and using prime numbers. Actually, why the prime numbers are being used here is there is a logic behind it, that finding the factors to the numbers is quite difficult one if you have large numbers. So today we will learn how are we going to encrypt the numbers, and similarly you will be able to solve them for your exercises. So there are 3 ways, that is encryption using prime numbers. So why are we using the prime numbers? Because if you multiply the prime numbers, then multiplication is quite simpler concept, but if you try to factorize the product of a prime numbers multiplication, then it is quite difficult. There are many ways to encrypt the data using the prime numbers. Number 1 is DES, which is data encryption standard. The other that we have is AES, which is advanced encryption standard. And the third is called RSA, which stands for Riveset, then Shamir, and then A stands for Adleman. In your syllabus, these 2 methods of encrypting the data is not discussed, so I will not go into the detail of these 2 methods. But the last method which is mentioned here, which is RSA, named after the 3 persons who have discovered this method, is Riveset, Shamir and Adleman. So the first character of their name is taken and the method is formed, which is called as RSA algorithm. This is what we are going to focus on, RSA algorithm methods of encrypting the data. Now, what is an algorithm? First of all, we should know this. So all those who have learned computers in the previous classes are quite aware what an algorithm is. Still, if you don't know, I would just like to note here in a simple manner. Algorithm, simply you can say a sequential Algorithm is nothing but a sequential way by which you can solve any of your problems. So that is known as algorithm, a step-by-step way to solve any problem is called an algorithm. So here we are going to work on RSA algorithms. Now, as I was telling you why this algorithm has been chosen here, the reason is because here you are going to take the product of any two prime numbers. I said product of any two prime numbers is easy, but the product that you get, if you take the factorization of it, then it will be quite difficult. Like for example, if I take number 31 and 37, if I multiply them, I will get 1147. Okay, so multiplication is easy, but if I ask you to take the factors of this term, then you will go from starting from 2 onwards, and it will be quite difficult for you to reach to 31 and 37 to find that it is the product of these two numbers. So that is the reason why prime numbers are being used here. Let me tell you here, students, that while encrypting the data, large prime numbers are selected. Large prime numbers are chosen. But just for you to understand this concept, we will be taking only the small numbers. Later on, you can practice with the large numbers too. So, how do we work on RSA algorithm? Let's have a look. Talking about RSA algorithm, I am taking here an example to explain here. The first thing that you have to do, students, is you have to select two prime numbers and which we denote with the help of P and Q. Like I am writing in short here, I am taking P and Q, any two prime numbers. P and Q are any two prime numbers. This is the first thing that you have to do. I am writing here that these are the steps of RSA algorithm. Okay. The first thing is that you have to select any two prime numbers and we represent them by P and Q. Second step is P multiplied by Q. You have to multiply P by Q, and let's suppose that it turns out to be N. Then thirdly, the third step is you have to take anything M, any variable M, where it will be a product of P minus 1 into Q minus 1. This is here what you have to do. Then we have to select here also E. Writing here, select E. Any variable E we are taking. Now what are we going to do with this E? Here is a condition, that is E should lie between, this E should lie between 1 and M. Anything you can select, any value it can be, which lies between 1 and M. M value we will get from here. So anything you can take here. And then the next step that we have is we have to generate the decryption key. This decryption key we denote by the letter D, and how we will then create this key, that is DE mod M is equals to 1. These steps you have to learn, you have to keep them in mind. Although I think that if you will try to solve these questions some 4-5 times, you will be able to learn all these steps. And after this, what we have to do is we have to take any variable y such that this is equals to your x to the power e, and here we take mod of n. And actually what is happening देखेंगे व्हाट इज दिस x? x is to be encrypted. This is your x. This x is the actual value which we have to encrypt. Okay, and then we have the last step here. Let it be denoted by capital X. This is for the decryption. So this turns out to be y to the power d mod of n. And from here we will get the decrypted key. Continuing with the same topic, I have to explain few more points. Then I will take an example to tell you what and how you have to do. Okay, so that these are the steps to solve the RSA algorithm. Okay, I'll continue. Now, dear students, before I take an example, let me tell you that actually when we deal about the RSA algorithms, then there two kinds of keys are used in RSA algorithms. So, I would just like to throw some light on it, that in RSA algorithms that we are dealing with, two keys are used. Okay, keys you can simply understand, जैसे कि हिंदी में बेटा हम समझ सकते हैं कि ये चाबियां हैं, दो चाबी हैं, ठीक है. आपके जैसे नॉर्मल हम घर में ताला यूज करते हैं, तो ऑल्सो वी हैव टू कीज, जो एक पेरेंट्स के पास है, एक आपके पास है. जो घर में पहले आ जाएगा वो ओपन कर लेगा. लेकिन यहाँ पर ऐसा नहीं है बेटा, है तो वही कीज जो उस इंक्रिप्टेड डेटा को पढ़ने के लिए हेल्प करेगी. लेकिन किस तरीके से है ये जो दो कीज हैं, वन इज अ पब्लिक की विच इज मेड पब्लिक, दैट मीन्स एवरीबडी कैन यूज इट. लेकिन जो इसमें दूसरी की है बेटा, दैट इज कॉल्ड अ प्राइवेट की. तो जो RSA एल्गोरिथम है, इट फॉलोज टू की स्ट्रक्चर. वन इज योर पब्लिक की विच इज मेड पब्लिक टू एवरीबडी, एनीबडी कैन यूज इट. And the other is the private key. That means only those people will be able to decrypt the code, those who have this private key. तो ये दोनों ends पे काम करता है. दो two keys are there which are used to encrypt and decrypt the data. Otherwise, in other approaches of encryption, only one key is only used. So now let's see how are we going to implement this. So I am taking here an example. We are going to follow the same steps which I have just explained you about the RSA algorithms. Okay. So the first step was that I am taking the P as 3 and Q as 11. So we have chosen two prime numbers, P and Q. One is 3 and the other one is 11. The second step was to multiply them. So n is equals to P into Q, which gives 3 into 11 is equals to 33. Then the third step was selecting m, which was equals to P minus 1 into Q minus 1. So this turns out to be, beta, P is 3, so 3 minus 1 gives you 2, and 11 minus 1 gives you 10. So this comes out to be 20. Then we have to select E. So E is greater than 1 and less than m. You can understand like this. The value of E should be greater than 1 but less than m. So you can select any of the values. I am taking here, let's suppose I take 3. Any of the values you can take. Here I am taking 3. Now we have to find D. How are we going to find D? So to find D, you know that DE was mod m is equals to 1. We have the value of E, we have m but we don't have D. So how are we going to do this? It means D, we can write 3D because the value of E is 3. So 3D, and then mod of m is how much? 20. 20 is equals to 1. So how are you going to solve this? This will turn out to be 3D is equals to whatever value of mod is given, simply add it to the number 1. So 20 plus 1, it gives you 21. It means the value of D turns out to be 7. Okay. Remember how you have to do this? I just told you that whatever is written with this mod, that you will take that side and divide it. So we get here 21. Sorry, add 21 and then you divide. So the value of D turns out to be 7. Now actually the encryption starts. Now we have to encrypt. So I am taking let x is equals to 7. Okay, I have taken a number 7 which I have to encrypt. So I'm writing here on the other hand side, so that you can understand it. So here the value was, the next step was y is equals to, if you have written in your notebooks, x to the power e mod of, see carefully, okay, it was mod of n. Now here we are going to place the values. X we have taken 7, so 7, and the value of e is 3 raised to the power 3 modulus of n, and was 33. It means 7 cubes give you 343 mod of 33. If you divide, yesterday only in the previous video I have told you what a mod operator do. It only returns you the remainder. So 343 divided by 13 gives you 13. So the value of y turns out to be 13. This is your encrypted key. This is encryption. Encrypted. I'm just writing you to understand it well. This is encrypted. That means हमने 7 को किस कोड में चेंज कर दिया, 13 में. यानी अब जो कोई 7 को अगर भेजा है तो 7 डिजिट किस फॉर्म में भेजी जाएगी, 13 के फॉर्म में. तो ऑब्वियसली बात है, इट्स अ सीक्रेट कोड, नोबडी विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये 7 जो है 13 के इक्विवेलेंट कैसे हुआ. अब ये तो इनक्रिप्ट हो गई, लेकिन अदर एंड पे स्टूडेंट्स इट हैज टू बी डीक्रिप्टेड ऑल्सो. तो अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं, इसको डी इनक्रिप्ट कर रहे हैं. सो टू डीक्रिप्ट क्या करते हैं, कैपिटल एक्स लेते हैं. सो कैपिटल एक्स वॉज इक्वल्स टू योर वाई रेज टू द पावर डी मॉड एन. मॉड एन. तो अब करते हैं, y की वैल्यू है 13, d was 7 and mod 33. तो जब आप 13 की पावर 7 करेंगे तो ये वैल्यू आती है बेटा 62 748517 and mod 33. So again when you are going to divide this by 33, remainder will come out to be 7. And this was your x, which was your actually equals to your x, the actual data. So this is how you have to encrypt and decrypt the code, the numbers. I hope this video is going to help you out. Still, if you feel problem in any of the questions, please, without any hesitation, you can simply text me in the comment box and I will be there to help you out. Meet you in the next video. Till then, have a nice day.